What's up, fellas?
Hi.
I think we have it. Oh, yeah.
Hi.
I was like, I think we have an extra chair, but we can
You guys didn't bring enough chairs.
What's been the best part for you guys so far of StreamCon?
I think it was getting the opportunity to watch We the Kings play. They were just like so great. I mean, they stole the whole show. I don't even remember who else was playing.
It's so weird. It's so weird. It's like no one else played music last night, huh?
I think the best part about StreamCon or any kind of these events is you get to play with other people that you don't always get to play with. So getting to share the stage with James and Alec Bailey and Best of Friends was just a really cool experience.
How was the crowd last night for you guys?
It was awesome.
Were you guys at the show?
Yeah.
Yeah? How was it?
I think it was enormous.
It was so sick. Well, the room was enormous. I feel like if we were like at a House of Blues, it would have felt packed.
Yeah.
But everybody who was there had so much fun. I had a ton of fun playing. So thank you guys who were there, singing along, dancing.
For you guys as musicians, how has YouTube and social media really helped your career, would you say?
I think YouTube is such a sick platform because anybody can create content. Like, you don't need to book a TV show, even though that's awesome too. You don't need to go and do a huge movie. You can literally just use your iPhone and shoot something.
Yeah.
And that's where so many people, influencers obviously, but even people who are transitioning to traditional work start. They start on YouTube. And I've kind of gone backwards, and then I've been very lucky to have a traditional platform. But I think YouTube and the digital space is so rad that I go out of my way now to create content for that because it's the future. It's where everything is going to be in the next few years.
For YouTube, I do bring this stuff personally into my life. I try to exploit my wife, as much as possible.
Look at the top videos.
Does she know that?
Yeah, all my top videos are like her in a bikini, and it's like, okay, so I have figured out the formula.
And Travis, you're going to be a dad soon.
I am going to be a dad.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
We're all scared.
I love
What?
that.
We're
There's so
all
much
very
support. My wife and I decided that that we didn't want to tell our baby who was our uncle and aunt, like by blood. We wanted just to have like this community of love that everybody could be. So like the band is going to be uncles, our friends. Everybody's going to be kind of like Uncle James, Uncle Charles, Uncle Dunk, and then like they just won't really know, and they'll feel like they have the biggest family ever.
That's
and I
awesome.
think that's really cool.
How about for you guys, what would be your advice to musicians out there that want to get started and they want to use YouTube as a platform?
Whoa, too much. But I don't really YouTube. So you guys would know better than I would.
But you've been around it a lot, different bands and stuff.
Well,
Old industry.
But it's only you guys who really do the YouTube.
We're the only ones?
Yeah, well, yeah, really.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, look at that.
Well, you got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So that's what's sick about YouTube and any of the online platforms. Just start. If you don't play an instrument, go and see if you like one. See if you gravitate towards playing piano or guitar. Really, you don't have to be good at anything because nobody's good when they start. You just have to enjoy it and have fun.
That's the truth.
No joke. How can you just naturally be like amazing at an instrument? It doesn't make sense. But you pick it up, and if you have fun doing it, if practice doesn't feel like practice, then that's what's meant for you. That's the one. And if you dig it, then just put something online. Just start accumulating content and start writing songs and singing, whatever you want to do. I mean, that's literally the only way to do it. There's no correct formula.
Do you guys ever feel like it's hard to keep up with the ever-changing social media? I mean, this world we live in, there's new apps, there's new social media platforms. Do you ever feel the pressure, or is it hard to keep up, being a musician as well?
I think it's really cool too, but like I don't know if they just touched on that. I was talking to Duncan, wasn't really listening to them. But I think it's kind of cool having your own control. Like, for example, our last 2 albums have been released by ourselves. Our new one's coming out. I think it's out now. You can pre-order it now, right, Trav?
Yeah, it's actually really funny. Everybody always says like, "Who are you signed with?" And when we tell them that we're not signed, we're not a signed artist, they're like, "Wait, what? How are you not?" And it's a different world. I mean, James knows it as well. You don't necessarily need that big label. A label would sit up here, and if they were being honest, they would tell you, "Here's our advice.
Here's our money.
Be 15 or 16 and try to be good looking, and we'll get a bunch of people to write songs for you." And that's horrible advice to give somebody.
Or they'd also probably touch on go and try and build your numbers. Because you can literally get a record deal by having fans, but the catch-22 there is if you have a fan base, you don't necessarily need a record deal.
Yeah.
So that's what you're saying. It's kind of a fine line. You don't need the big machines anymore because you can create your own fan base by just creating content.
For the new We the Kings album, what can you tell us about it? What's going to be different than the last one? I remember when I talked to you, Travis, about the last one. You told me that you lit a piano on fire.
Yes.
To create the sound or in a song. Can you tell me anything like that with this one?
We looked on Craigslist and we found this piano. There's like, if you can like come and pick it up. Just take it, and that's fine. We don't want it here anymore. It's this old piano. We lit it on fire, and I played a note, and you could hear the burning of the actual piano, and it was awesome. It was so cool, and we added it as the hook of one of the songs from our last album. We're kind of into whether that was a good idea or not. We probably found like fake fire noises, but I just thought it was a fun thing to light a piano on fire.
But anything like that on the new album? Any like fun
This is actually
production?
the first album that we've done where we were all scattered around the U.S. So our keyboardist Coley recorded all his tracks in Connecticut. Charles recorded in Florida. I did the majority of it in Los Angeles, and it was like the new age of music coming together. You know, we've all been in music where you go into a studio and you record everything together and you pre-produce it, and it's this, you know, it's definitely a unifying moment. But with like living situations being what they are, we made the album possible by just kind of sending different WAV files and hard drives back and forth to each other and writing the album like that. It was like one step below doing it on your iPad and seeing the 4 or 5 screens of the band members be like, wait, where are we?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
And James, tell us about your new music you're working on. What can you tell fans?
Yes, I'm really psyched. Next year, I'll be, you know, kind of having a bigger push and putting out, I don't know whether it be an EP or just more singles in a, you know, bigger way, but I have 2 songs on SoundCloud and on iTunes right now, just as kind of a taste of what's to come. I've been writing for years. I mean, before Big Time Rush, throughout Big Time Rush. A couple of you guys know that band. And yeah, I'm excited that I finally am able to play my music. You know, I mean, I love what I did with the band before, but now it's completely 100% authentic to me and what I want to do. So I hope you guys enjoy it and look out for a lot of music next year.
How different is it being solo than having 3 other guys? You know, is it a scarier thing, or is it more, you know,
I mean, it's just exciting because it's a new chapter. You know what I mean? There's something awesome about having 3 other guys on stage you can throw to help you out, you know? So there's like a nervousness of like, oh crap, I'm the only one on stage if I screw up. It's all on me. But there's also, I don't know, I feel like that type of challenge fuels me as well in a really cool way. And even last night, getting to play just a few of my songs that I haven't even released yet, like it was honestly one of the greatest feelings I've ever had. To me, yesterday was day 1 of chapter 2 of my life, so.
Yay.
They also sounded awesome. It's funny to be an artist and to play new music in front of fans before the song's out, because you get a lot of people that are just like, and it's not bad, they're just studying the music because they want to like ingest everything they can. Cool. And it's not, you know, then you play a single and people go crazy and nuts and it's fun, but whenever you play like a new song, it's just they study it and it makes you feel good that they're like actually paying attention. And
for you, Duncan, you've been so quiet over here. Talk to me about Recycled Jordan. Obviously, you and Travis.
Recycled Jordan!
What can you tell us about what are you guys working on right now?
We can tell you everything.
Yeah, we can.
They can show you too. They're gonna film it.
We're completely transparent.
We are. It's a project we started maybe 2 years ago. We were on tour with We the Kings. I tour manage We the Kings, and I'm a tour manager. That's my job.
How's that? Be honest.
Tough. Jeez. This year I started working with a DJ group called Cruella, and
they're awesome.
Ever since then, we've kind of picked up speed with it, and just been having fun, writing songs, played 6 or 7 shows, and
because it's completely organically our music and things like that, we just put stuff on, like, you know, like James, like on SoundCloud, and it's free. You know, like we get to finally tell people like, hey, you don't have to love it, you don't have to hate it, you can do whatever you want.
If you don't like the music, just go to watch Duncan. He's the funniest person on stage. He's the most animated person I've ever seen on stage.
One more round of applause for these guys. Thank you,
James,
for all your stories. You guys are awesome. Thank you, guys.